5.7 billion personal records were stolen in 2024 alone. That is more than two-thirds of the world's population worth of data gone. But here is what they don't tell you. Behind the scenes, there is an elite group of professionals who could have prevented this. The ethical hackers, they are the unsung heroes in the digital world. And what if I told you that understanding of what they do requires zero technical skills? In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to explain how the ethical hacking works in plain English, no computer science degree required. Let us get in. Do you think all hackers are criminals? Think again. Meet the ethical hackers, the digital security experts that companies legally hire to break into their own systems. Here is the crucial difference. Ethical hackers never act without explicit permissions. They sign the detailed contracts and follow the strict rules of engagement with what they can and cannot do. This isn't a Wild West. It is a professional security services with clear boundaries. Major companies like Microsoft, Google, Apple, and even the Department of Defense runs various bug bounty programs where they literally invite hackers to find vulnerabilities, but only after signing the legal agreements so as to protect all the stakeholders involved. The most fascinating part, ethical hackers use the same tools and techniques as the cybercriminals: social engineering, network scanning, password cracking. One major difference, they use it to fix these vulnerabilities and not to exploit them, and by doing this, they can make a 6-digit salary. This isn't just for legal purpose. This is an essential part of how the modern companies protect your data. Let me introduce you to Vikram, a talented IT professional who moved to Boston 3 years ago. Last December, Vikram received a phone call from someone claiming to be from IRS, saying there was a problem with his tax filing that could affect his work visa. The caller then directed him to a website to make the payment immediately to resolve the issue. Worried about his immigration status, Vikram paid $3,400 through the site. Within hours, he discovered that it was a complete scam. Not only was his money gone, but the scammers had enough of his personal information to open credit cards in his name. An ethical hacker would have spotted multiple red flags on the fake payment portal immediately. This isn't a distant threat. It's happening on a daily basis to people like you and me. Think about this for a minute. Your social security number, bank details, tax documents, medical records, everything is online right now. While you sleep, the hackers are hunting for vulnerabilities, probing for any kind of cracks in your digital life that will let them steal everything you have worked for. This is where the ethical hackers becomes essential. They track the scammer activities, analyze the attack patterns, and build secure systems that detect and block the fraudulent sites before they ever reach your screen. Let's now see the 4 main ways that ethical hackers help to protect our digital world. No tech jargons, I promise. Imagine hiring someone to break into your house, not to steal something, but show you how exactly they got in. And that is what pen testers do with computer systems. They are given explicit permissions to try every trick in the book to find weaknesses before the bad guys do it. Next is the vulnerability assessment. This is like having a home inspector check every doors, windows, and walls for any kind of potential issues. Ethical hackers use various tools to scan the systems for any kind of possible security gaps, and they rank them according to how dangerous they are. Then there is the bug bounty programs, my favorite. Companies literally hire and pay hackers to find problems in their software. It's like saying, if you can find a way to break into our digital world, we will reward you rather than arrest you. Some hackers make a 6-figure income just by finding and reporting bugs. Finally, the security awareness training. Even the strongest system can be defeated by human errors. Ethical hackers create a sense of awareness on how to spot phishing emails, suspicious links, and other common tricks that the cybercriminals use. Sometimes the best defense is simply knowing what to look out for. Now let's see the ethical hacking in action with a real-world example that affected millions. In 2017, Equifax, one of the largest credit bureaus in the world, experienced a major data breach that exposed the personal data of 147 million Americans. What many do not know is that the ethical hackers had discovered this vulnerability months back in other companies and warned them. The companies that listened avoided the disaster while Equifax did not patch their systems in time. This is where the ethical hackers shine. They are the digital guardians working behind the scenes to prevent these kinds of disasters before they happen. And here is the surprising thing. This field is more accessible than you might think. Many successful ethical hackers started with zero technical background. Some were former teachers, lawyers, retail workers, and even artists. Companies are desperate to onboard people with diverse skills in security testing because attackers cannot think the same way. Who knows? Your unique way of thinking is the one the company is looking out for. And that's it. Ethical hacking explained in just 5 minutes. Hit the subscribe button to join our community if this video was an eye-opener. Remember, in today's world, security isn't just for tech experts alone. It is for everyone. Drop a comment about your background and how you might use these skills. See you in another video.